Good morning. Can you hear me? Doesn't sound like it. Okay, good morning. We're gonna start on time-ish. All right, this is the 2024 annual business meeting of the Society for the Preservation of Natural History Collections. I'm gonna call it to order at what time? 8:01? 8:02. So we are a little late. 9:02. Yeah. What's funny, my Connecticut one says 8:01. And it's tonight. All right. Call to the order. Wanted to welcome new members and new members of council. Wanted to acknowledge Sue Ryder as the interim president-elect. Thanks to Sue for stepping in. Yay. Incoming members at large are Laura Rincon and Adania Fleming. Yay. Incoming secretary is Shelley James. And the new membership committee chair is Robin Crowther. Yay. All right, upcoming elections will be happening soonish this fall. Please vote once. Okay. 2 members at large will be elected, and we will officially elect a president-elect. All right, so watch for that email and vote. We want to thank the Okinawa committee for making this meeting happen. It was a long road. Thanks to TWDG for inviting us, to Mariko for basically facilitating every single aspect of every single thing we did. And we had Takiro and Daisuke from mainland Japan who would come down occasionally and figure things out for us, and all the great people at Oki Kongre. So thank you. Thanks, Shay. All right. And I want to thank everybody who served on any committee that made this happen. Like if you were on the committee for IDEA and things like that, our IDEA committee basically started the code of conduct and worked it through for every single step along the way. And thanks to everyone who did everything. If you reviewed an abstract, thank you. If you submitted an abstract, thank you. All right. All right, motion, we need a motion on the agenda. So you have the agenda in the ABM packet, page 3. If you have the ABM packet, look at page 3. Motion to approve the agenda. Paul, second by Carol. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, next. I need a motion to accept the minutes from the last annual business meeting, which were held on the 2nd of June, 2023 at 10 a.m. Pacific Coast time at the Hilton San Francisco Union Square and online, page 8 of your ABM packet. So motion to accept the minutes. Paul, second by Sue. All in favor? All opposed? Motion.
Could I ask that people call out their names when they are motioning so that I get it right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. So motion carries. All right. Report from the president is on page 12. That is Julian's report. We don't have to do anything about that, right? Just tell people it's there. There's no vote. Okay. So it's there. Refer to the report. Report of the treasurer. Please see written report on page 13 of the ABM packet. Is Teresa online? Do we know?
Oh, hang on. That's me. It's a little early in the morning.
I don't see Teresa. Well, there are 11 people, though. No. Nope. Okay. All right. So refer to the written report. If you have questions about the budget, please reach out to Teresa. All right. So motion to accept the SPNHC new members for 2023 and 2024 listed on pages 17 through 18 of the ABM. I need a motion.
Motion by Paul.
Okay. Seconded. Okay. Cindy is seconding. And all in favor? of accepting our new members. All opposed? Like you don't want new members? All right, motion passes. Motion to accept the Treasury report and the 2024 budget as shown in the ABM packet. I need a motion. Motion Megan, second. Jess Utrip, second. All in favor? Everybody? All opposed? Nobody? Okay. Motion carries. Am I supposed to be hitting the hammer against things?
No, that's at the
Okay,
end,
it's at the end.
unless you want to auction off you something.
My dad's an auctioneer. Reports of standing committees. Anyone who's here from any of these committees, we're asking that you say refer to the written report unless you have something new to say. Archives. Best practices. Refer to the written report. Bylaws, that's Paul. And Paul is outgoing as chair of that committee. Julian will be taking over for him in about half an hour. All right, so thank you, Paul. Yeah, Paul's happy. Yeah. Biodiversity crisis response. Refer to the written report. Okay, okay. I put words in your mouth, is that it? Yeah. Okay. Conference, refer to the written report. We'll have something else later. Okay. Conservation, written report. Education, written report. Elections, written report. Yeah. Finance, refer to written report unless Teresa had something to add. And I don't think she did. Idea. Thank you. Legs and regs. Thank you. Long-range planning. I don't know that it's on this. Would you like to go to a microphone and say something?
No, microphone, please.
Yeah, for our home viewers.
Okay, can you hear me? The strategy has been, we've been working on that for some time, and we have got a draft for the members to approve or not, and then we're hoping to get it in place and implement for January 25. So I think it's out there for members now to have a look at and agree on.
I think it is. If not, it will be soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've lost track of time while here. Okay, membership. Refer to the written report, and Sue again is stepping down, so thank you for time served. Networking and career development. Did you need to say something about changes of the guard? Yeah. That you're the new guard?
The two current chairs will be finishing at the end of the year, which is Jesse and Kevin, and then I, Megan King, will be the one of the co-chairs as of January 2025.
And who's your other co-chair?
I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Other two co-chairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you know somebody,
Want to join me?
yeah,
I'm lots of fun.
cool. Publications. Perfect. Recognition and grants. Again, Paul is rotating off. Thank Paul. Jules is taking over. That's extra, yeah. Okay, we'll come back to you. Web and social media. Perfect. Okay, reports from sessional committees. The collection, theft, and security monitoring collections. Paul, this is you, and this committee has sunset, correct?
Correct. So refer to written report, and there's a wiki page on it, so you can, if you have any questions, you can look at that or add anything you'd like to that.
Okay, so good. U.S. federal collections. Refer to the written report. Okay, reports of representatives. We're not going to go through all of them because there are a lot of them. These are the people who represent us in other societies. So refer to their written reports. We should just lead with that, right? New business, awards and recognitions. We need to congratulate all the travel award recipients. There were 14 different people offered travel awards. Some couldn't make it even with the award, but we went through 40-something applications and awarded 14 people, which is great. So some of them are here. Paul, come on down.
We've got a couple of awards we're gonna hand out. We'll start with Sue. So, let's see, do you wanna play the PowerPoint? Ollie won. Oh, there we go. So, let me just say a few things and then Sue will take over. So we're giving away this year, for the first time that I can remember, an honorary membership. This is an honorary membership, but it's also really a lifetime achievement award in recognition of outstanding contributions to natural history collections. And this year is awarded to Oliver Crimmen. And I think, Sue, you want to say a few words?
Hi. Ollie has been an inspiration to many people, not just in sort of fish, but within the Natural History Museum. He always has time for everybody. And yeah, no, he's just been fantastic. So it's a well-deserved award. There's a PowerPoint and a little message, I think, from Ollie, because he's already been given the award because he couldn't be here. So this is Ollie on the left-hand side, the second one in, when he first started at the Natural History Museum. He's been there almost 50 years, I think. He's now just left, but he's still coming in as a scientific associate. So in fact, he'll never leave.
And as you can see, he worked with fish. I know very little about fish, so I can't add a whole lot. Sturgeon, maybe? Land Society? Oop. So some videos if you like. Okay, can you play the second Ollie Crimmen video?
Greetings from London, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't be in Okinawa with you this year, but I know that SPNHC meetings are always great fun, as well as very informative, and I'm with you in spirit, at least in the industrial methylated kind. After 50 years as curator here, it was a great honor to get the award from the Society, and the Society that represents what we do. It's a great honor for me, and I thank you very much indeed. I'm not walking away from the game entirely. I'll be a scientific associate here at the NHM for a while, so drop a line to say hello, as you've always done, and get in touch if you want to. And we've still got some fish curators here, so business as usual, even if I'm not going to be around so much myself. Thanks, everyone, and have a good time.
Thank you. Our next award is the President's Award, and it's awarded for superior service to the Society. And this year, we're presenting it to Laura Abrazinska? Is that, I'm not even close, huh? And I think Tim White wants to say a few words. So. Sure. Maybe I should. Yep, come on up.
So last year after our annual meeting, I was talking with Lisa Palmer from the Smithsonian and Sue McLaren from Carnegie, and we were kind of putting our heads together about who we needed to nominate for awards, and we all kind of came to this consensus that we needed to nominate Laura. The best way to describe Laura, according to Lisa Palmer, is Laura's been the unsung hero in spinach for way too long. And although she'd be very happy to be a fly on the wall and remain anonymous, let's not do that today. Words that have been used in various references to describe Laura have included enthusiastic, committed, thoughtful, active, insightful, accomplished, goal-oriented, unsung effort, unsung hero, and anonymous. If you don't know Laura, she's been the collection manager of vertebrates at the Michigan State Museum for the past 31 years, right? More or less. Had the pleasure of visiting Laura this summer in Lansing, Michigan, and spending some time with her and going through the trials and tribulations of her evacuation of the building. So that was quite fun, actually. Laura's been an active member in Spinach, really, since 1994. She's served on 6 committees, 3 committees for 10 years or longer, and 1 committee, I believe, for as long as 18 years, the Long Range Planning Committee. In the year 2000, Sue McLaren was president, and we had an education and training group that was, let's just say it was misfiring. And so Sue had the epiphany to appoint Laura and Lori Benson, then at, I think, the Texas Memorial Museum, to co-chair that committee and give it new leadership and direction. And, you know, I can honestly say over the next 10 years, I probably attended 6 or 8 workshops, you know, that Laura and Lori had put together, and they definitely shaped a lot of people's careers. So when I was very lucky to be president from 2006 to 2008, I was excited when I saw that Laura was elected member at large, because I knew that she really was a very thoughtful, careful person, and a person that followed through on what she was charged to do. So it was great to have her, you know, in that role as well. One of the things I did when, at the end of my presidency, was I established reestablished the Long Range Planning Committee and appointed Rich Rabler, who was president-elect, to lead that. And one of the first people we had in mind was we needed to add Laura to that committee, because we know she would take the time and effort to help develop a survey that would go out to our membership. And as Rich said to me one day, he said, you know, we'd often meet at my house, and we'd go in the dining room and we'd just spread out everything across the dining room table. And he was always amazed at the amount of detail that Laura could pull out of this survey and how it actually should be constructed. So, and one of the things that came out of that survey was that Spinach needed to really understand what it meant to be international. So this is, I think, the 7th time now we've met outside of North America. So well done, Laura. I have a few other things I could share, but I think I'll probably just stop there. So congratulations, Laura.
Thank you. Thank you. It's truly an honor to accept this award. I was very surprised when I got an email from Paul. It was just out of the blue, and I frankly was floored, and I just couldn't believe it. When I joined Spinach in the early 1990s, I just had no idea of the places I would go and the people that I would meet, the wonderful people, all of you. And I really appreciate being part of a group, a society, where we are all stewards of the world's collections, resources, and data. It's just truly, I'm truly honored and privileged by this. So thank you.
If you are wondering the duties of president and stuff, past president, this is probably one of the nicest duties I've ever had to do, where I get to send out emails to folks that they won an award. It's a lot of fun, and just picking the folks and stuff is fun. And our next award is the Early Career Award, and this award is presented to a member at the early stage in their career, or at an early stage in their involvement with Spinach, and who has demonstrated great potential for leadership through innovation and energetic services that strengthen and broaden the impact of Spinach. And this year's recipient is Mariano Di Giacomo, and a great job.
Okay, so I have a few things to say about Mariana. I think I remember meeting you in 2013 when you were starting your dissertation. 2000 when? Well, okay, whatever. And so I remember you, touring collections and, spending time talking about adhesives and consolidants. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, God, Spinach has wanted somebody who had expertise in consolidants and adhesives for years. So, this was a blessing. In 2016, we met in Berlin, fantastic meeting. And one of my fondest memories of that meeting was walking out of a Starbucks and seeing a very energetic and enthusiastic grad student sitting outside, reading the program and telling me how great this meeting is and how great this society is. In the back of my mind, of course, I'm thinking, yeah, no kidding, right? This is a great group of people. And so as I walked away with my wife, Maureen, I said to Mo, I said, could you imagine if we had Mariana as our conservator, what things would be like? Well, fast forward 3 years, we were able to hire Mariana as our natural history conservator. And I always remember she started out on her birthday, and within an hour of her being hired, she was in the first renovation meeting with architects and engineers coming at her from all different directions. And what was amazing was she didn't flinch. She rolled with the flow. She gave her best answers as she could, but then she also said, yeah, I'm going to have to think about that and get back to you. I mean, to me, I thought that was fantastic. But once things finally settled down, I had a chat with Mariana, and I said, Mariana, you're given a great opportunity here. This isn't just about Peabody. It's not about Yale. You have an opportunity to have impact in the community, and you have to figure out how that's going to be. And so if any of you follow her on social media, she puts out these incredible reels on Instagram and TikTok that talk about conservation, and they talk about it to a very broad audience. And that was never more apparent to me. One day, middle of our demolition and evacuation, Mariana are walking out at 5:30. We're both punch drunk from just another brutal day. And we see this woman beelining across the parking lot at us. And she was a young painting conservation fellow at the Yale Art Gallery. And do you remember this? And she came up to you and said, oh my God, I love your reels. She goes, all of the fellows here at the Art Gallery and the British Art Center, we can't wait to what you're gonna post next. It's just so inspiring. So congratulations, Mariana. Keep up the good work.
You guys are gonna make me cry. Thank you so much. Yeah, my first Finnish meeting was 2016. And when I went to Berlin, I was just so excited. And after, being with this amazing group of people, I just, came out of the meeting thinking, this is my place, this is where I belong. And I started learning from all of you, and I started just receiving so much from you. I am extremely grateful for all you've given me all these years, all the trust, because sometimes I go into your collections with a laptop to do assessments, but sometimes I go there with a blade. I love my scalpel, and I just go and cut things. And you guys have trusted me to go in with a blade. So I'm just extremely grateful for all of you, for all I've learned through all of these years. I can't wait to keep learning from all of you, to keep collaborating with all of you. And I just think that you guys are all my people. So thank you so much for this award, and thank you for just being you.
In case you're wondering, some folks got their award mailed to them, but in this case, I brought it with me. And this one is a special service award. And we award these, it's a statement of appreciation. This award is given for a noteworthy effort leading to the success of an important event, activity, or objective of the society. And this year, we got 2 of these we're gonna award. The first one goes to Mariko. You wanna come on up? And without Mariko, I'm not sure we would have had a meeting. She did a tremendous amount of work translating, putting up with all of our inquiries and patiently finding out all the answers, and was really a pleasure to work with. Always had the answers, or could at least knew how to find the answers, so that was amazing. And we appreciate all of your effort. If you appreciated any part of this conference, you should thank Mariko. She was really the key behind all of this, and I think everyone here would have a story of how they helped out in just about every aspect of the conference. So I really appreciate all of your hard work.
Thank you so much for Special Recognition Award. I hope you're enjoying the first spinach meeting in Asia. And I hope before you leave the venue and Okinawa, please give a huge thanks also to Shei Yamaguchi and his Okinawa Congress team, as well as all the local team who has supported us throughout the years. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your stay in Okinawa.
And then finally, we have a second special service award we'd like to award to, let me get this right here, Biodiversity Information Standards, which is TWDG. And they invited us to join them with their meeting. We partnered with them, and they picked, I still to this day don't know how they picked Okinawa, but it's a wonderful venue, and they did a lot of the heavy lifting with the conference, and we appreciate all their hard work and letting us join them. So David, you want to come up and accept the award for TWDG? I left yours wrapped up.
Thank you. I am a danger to myself and others, that is true. Thank you. Yeah, it was great. I learned about this last night before we all got completely soaked. And it's great. I see Stan out there. There are other TWDG folks. Yeah. So this is for us, for you, and for what you've done. And we want to thank Spinach for joining us on this adventure. And it's it's a wonderful thing to be recognized for something that we do anyway, with people that we like doing these things with. And so we appreciate you, and perhaps we'll do this again in another 4 years. Thanks very much.
Well, thank you very much. And if you have anyone you think who is worthy of award, we have a website filled with different awards that Spinach loves to award. So please let me or Jules, who will now be taking over, anyone that you think you would like to nominate, please nominate folks. We really need more nominations. So there's also a few grants that few people apply for. So look at that. There's a little bit of starter money if you have an idea or something that you'd like to get off the ground. It's a great way of doing that, the Farber Innovation Award. But all of it's on the webpage, so I encourage everyone to apply early, apply often, and eventually you'll get an award, hopefully. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul, and congratulations to everybody. We would like to talk about upcoming meetings. The conference committee is, we're working on 2025. We have a lead on 2026 that I don't want to jinx by mentioning it out loud, but I'll tell you later. And we're always looking for other people to host. So if you are vaguely interested in hosting, please talk to one of us. We would love to come to your backyard and see what's going on. For 2025, we have a video from Mr. Andy Bentley.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andy Bentley, and on behalf of the Biodiversity Institute and Natural History Museum and our new director, Nico France, we are pleased to invite you to the University of Kansas in beautiful Lawrence, Kansas, for the 40th annual meeting of the Society for the Preservation of Natural History Collections, to be held the first week of June 2025. The University of Kansas, founded in 1865 on Mount Oread and intertwined with the growth of the city of Lawrence, is the state's flagship institution. An R1 university with over 3,000 faculty in 14 academic schools and 25,000 students who thankfully will be on break during June, so we'll have the run of the place. From the historic World War II Memorial Campanile Bell Tower to the culturally significant works of the Spencer Museum of Art, to Allen Fieldhouse, home to the original rules of basketball, to spectacular libraries, the home of the Jayhawks is the heart of Lawrence, Kansas, a beautiful campus with lots of history, beautiful old and modern buildings, green spaces, and numerous high-quality venues to support conference activities. With historic downtown just a stone's throw away, you're never far from the action, and everything is within easy reach. One of the oldest buildings on campus, Dyke Hall, built from Kansas limestone and on the National Register of Historic Places, and named after Lewis Lindsay Dyke, is home to the Biodiversity Institute and Natural History Museum. 4 floors of exhibits, including a fully articulated skeleton of a 45-foot-long Tylosaurus, one of the largest known and collected in 1911, greet thousands of visitors every year. Our informal education department engages diverse audiences both in Dyke Hall and across the state with traveling exhibits and programs. Designed by Lewis Lindsay Dyke as part of the official Kansas Pavilion at the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, our world-famous panorama exhibit was unique and revolutionary in depicting mounted groups of North American mammals in their natural surroundings. Today, it is the longest continuous panorama exhibit in the world, having been expanded to house fauna and flora of the entire North American continent. It is the showcase space in the museum and the reason Dyke Hall was built. The BI also has world-class collections housing 11.5 million specimens and artifacts in 11 research divisions with state-of-the-art collections facilities, including a cryogenic tissue repository. Our research staff and students are active in research endeavors on all 7 continents, while our collection staff are at the forefront of digitization and extended specimen initiatives. As part of the meeting, there will be ample opportunity to tour these collections and interact with both research and collections personnel. The theme of the conference, which is still being finalized, will draw on current topics in collections management and museum practice. Sustainability, digitization, the extended specimen, AI, as well as best practices, standards, and conservation issues will surely all be well represented during the meeting. The conference will be held the first week of June. This provides us with the most flexibility in terms of availability of KU infrastructure during the summer break, while also returning to our traditional May-June spinach schedule. The final schedule of events is yet to be determined, but our initial thinking is that attendees would arrive on the 2nd, committee meetings and potential workshops would be on the 3rd, and plenary and concurrent sessions would be from the 4th to the 6th. We would then do field trips at the end on Saturday and Sunday with people flying out on the 8th or 9th. We hope that having field trips at the end will be a nice way to end the meeting with new friends made and old acquaintances in tow. So please save the date. The meeting will obviously have the traditional spinach meeting highlights with plenary and concurrent sessions, committee meetings, workshops, emerging professional activities, and a vendor fair and lunch making up the work side of the meeting, but also a robust social program with an icebreaker reception, banquet, trivia night, collection tours, and field trips. So how do you get to Lawrence, Kansas? Being in the middle of the country, it is a convenient drive from a lot of US locations. However, most of you would fly into MCI in Kansas City. All major airlines have multiple flights daily into MCI, and these are all convenient, relatively cheap add-ons to international flights for those maybe joining us from overseas. It is then a relatively easy 50-minute drive from MCI to Lawrence. We are working with partners to have shuttle service available, but there are also car hire and Uber and Lyft options at about $100 for an UberX accommodating up to 6 people. Lawrence is your quintessential Midwestern college town with a population of about 100,000 people, including the 25,000 students on campus, most of whom, of course, will not be around. It has a vibrant, quaint downtown, a stone's throw from the main campus that you can see up on the hill, close to numerous hotels and a plethora of ethnic and traditional restaurants, bars, and great shopping. The great thing about having a meeting in Lawrence is that everything is close by and the potential for social interactions and a fun time increase exponentially. Go to our partner's website, explorelawrence.com, to find out more about our great city and what to expect. We will be partnering with numerous hotels in Lawrence for accommodations to reserve room blocks at great prices, all conveniently located close to downtown and campus. These include the iconic Oriad Hotel right on the edge of campus, as well as newer hotels in the area, and the historic Eldridge Hotel, which was burned to the ground during Quantrill's border conflict raid in 1863, was rebuilt multiple times and is said to be haunted. We will also have access to the KU residential halls for a cheaper alternative for accommodation. Stouffer Place offers apartment-style accommodations conveniently located on campus with 50 to 60 self-contained 4-person units with individual bedrooms and bathrooms and a communal lounge and kitchen area. These rooms will be priced at about $45 a night with a $20 linen package also available. We will likely have bus shuttle service from the dorms to all of the conference activities. The weather in Lawrence around the beginning of June is typically great, with high temperatures in the low 80s Fahrenheit or high 20s Celsius, and low temperatures in the low 60s Fahrenheit or high teens Celsius. Rainfall is possible, but usually light and sporadic. The Kansas Memorial Union, conveniently located at the heart of campus and right next to the museum, will be the location for registration. All committee meetings, plenary and concurrent sessions, as well as vendor fair, poster sessions, and coffee breaks. We will use the Asher Plaza for an outdoor icebreaker event with the option of moving indoors if inclement weather were to dampen the party. With the museum right next door, we will open up the galleries so you can wander through the museum with your favorite beverage or just chill in the glorious sunshine on the plaza. The Memorial Union has many different size spaces to accommodate small meetings, committee meetings, as well as larger plenary and concurrent sessions. There is also a food court, coffee shop, and concessions in the Union, and a bookshop where you can pick up all of your Jayhawk swag. We'll be holding the banquet at Abe and Jake's Landing with a great location right on the Kansas River. You can walk out onto the deck and watch fish feeding right below you, or watch the sunset over the river, while indoors can be set up in numerous configurations to host a variety of events. A large dance floor, a must for spinach banquets, and multiple floors and smaller rooms make for a great event space. We are hoping that sumptuous Kansas City barbecue and local beer will be on the menu for a slightly less formal Kansas experience. We have obtained very generous support from Delta Designs, part of the Brunzil group for the conference, and as such are exploring the possibility of a vendor event out at their facility in Topeka to showcase their cabinet manufacturing process with a tour of their factory. One possibility would also be an outdoor picnic lunch. Field trips. We have a number of great field trip options we are exploring for the conference. The first of which is a day trip to the 10,000-acre Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve in the Kansas Flint Hills, just outside of historic Strong City, about 2 hours southwest of Lawrence. Less than 4% of the once 170 million-acre Tallgrass Prairie remains, and is among the top 10 ecoregions for reptiles, birds, and butterflies. It is also home to a recovering, reintroduced herd of bison. The National Park Service provides guided interpretive bus tours of the tallgrass, as well as short hikes and access to the visitor center. Next up, the Kansas City Zoo, which has just opened the 650,000-gallon Sobila Ocean Aquarium, with 8,000 animals in 45 habitats. Behind-the-scenes tour of this and the zoo itself will provide our ZooMu folks and others with a great opportunity to see how these facilities operate and to discuss collaborative opportunities with the zoo and aquarium staff. We are also working with our partners, the Friends of the Corps, to potentially offer a kayak paddle or float along the Kansas or Corps River for those who are a little more adventurous. Participants will be launched somewhere north of Lawrence and will then paddle or float down to Lawrence while information about the river and the Friends of the Corps' efforts to clean up our waterways will be provided. Another interesting possibility is a trip to the Subtropolis underground cave storage environment in Kansas City, which provides year-round naturally climate-controlled storage for data and other sensitive materials. With its 55 million square feet of storage and 10 miles of illuminated paved roads and railways, it is up to 160 feet underground and has 16-foot high, 40-foot wide tunnels. It is used by the USPS, US EPA, the National Archives, and a number of Kansas City museums, amongst others, and represents an interesting idea for collaborative collections and data storage options. Of course, no Spinach meeting would be complete without a brewery or winery tour. There are a number of great breweries in the Lawrence area, as well as some fledgling wineries that are in conversations with about offering tours and tastings. We are also hoping that a number of their beers and wines will also be available at the icebreaker and banquet events. Depending on game schedules yet to be published, we are also exploring options for a sporting Kansas City soccer game or Kansas City Royals baseball game. More details about these and all other field trip options will be available as soon as we have finalized them. We are very cognizant of the fact that there is a short turnaround between this meeting and the 2025 meeting, and that we are slightly behind the 8 ball in terms of organization, having jumped into the breach rather late. But we are confident that we can put on a good meeting and that we can keep the meeting as cost effective as possible. We are also hoping that we will see this as an opportunity to continue discussions started in Okinawa, present on ongoing or new research that is just emerging, or bring new insights to light. Depending on attendance, we would ideally like to keep registration costs somewhere in the $350 to $400 range, excluding the banquet, which will be an optional add-on. We will be offering in-person and remote attendance options, as has become customary, with early bird and member rates available. We will send out a brief survey in the near future through listservs and social media to gauge interest and provide us with an idea of attendance and registration costs. So if you see the survey, please respond and let us know if you're interested in joining us. These dates are also a work in progress, very tentative and slightly compressed due to timing, but we estimate that a call for workshops, symposia, and sessions will go out early November. Travel grant applications will be due in January. Abstract submissions will begin in early February, and early bird registration with associated field trip signups will begin in late February, with a late fee applied sometime in March. We are really looking forward to hosting you in Lawrence in June next year. More information will be available soon and will be shared through the conference websites, listservs, social media, and other means as soon as possible. And with that, I'd be happy to try and answer any questions, or you can send any initial thoughts or questions to spinach2025@ku.edu. We also hope to have the conference website at spinach2025.ku.edu up and running soon. Thank you very much.
Very cool. Andy is on Zoom if anyone has any questions for him. We may have to read his answer out loud, but that's okay. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Wow.
Happy to answer any questions if anybody has them.
Remind me what you said the other day about other hotel costs that you don't know for sure yet, but ballpark.
Probably somewhere in the $120 to $150 range per night. But we have not negotiated any contracts with any of the hotels yet, and so those figures may come down.
Cool. Any other questions? That was a great video.
Well, you're going to have to watch it again in the closing plenary, so.
Yeah.
But we're really looking forward to hosting you in Lawrence, so hopefully a lot of you will consider coming to the meeting.
Cool. Thanks, Andy.
Thanks, everyone.
Great. Cool. Old business. I have a big blank on my agenda after that. Any old business? Doesn't feel like it. What? Do we have to vote for it? Okay. That's not on here. All right, so we have to make a motion to go to Kansas. Paul, second. Carol, all in favor of going to Kansas? Aye. Anybody opposed? Nope. Motion carries. Guess where we're going?
Woohoo!
All right. Progress. Carol. All right, old business, I don't see any. Announcements. Anyone have any announcements? Me neither. All right. Thank outgoing members at large, Vanessa and Megan. Thank you for your time served. Thank outgoing president and past presidents. So thank you, Julian. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Tiffany, for outgoing secretary. I want to thank Christy Clacy for all the work doing as our office manager. So if you've received any emails from Spinach, it's probably through her. And all the renewals and things go through that site. So thank you to Christy Clacy. I don't think so. I don't know. That might be new business. We'll come back to it. All right. Where am I? Oh, incoming members at large, Adania Fleming, Laura Rincon, interim president Sue Ryder, and Shelley James. So thank all those incoming people. There's some stage left whispering going on.
That's the increase in dues. And
So
there's also we have to vote on the strategic plan, I think.
Okay. Sue, I think we need to discuss the dues increase, and we need to discuss voting on the strategic plan, which we mentioned, but we didn't vote on it. Okay. Would you like to take a microphone?
Okay, so the strategic plan, as I said, we've been working on, and we have a working draft. I don't think that's gone out to everybody, but as I said, it will do. So we're hoping to implement that. So I think we'd like to sort of vote on it as a working draft and for implementation in January 2025. So we have a bit of time. If you have any major objections, you can let us know, and then we can try and work those in. But I think we'd like to vote on it to accept it as a working draft. Would that make sense?
Sound right? Yeah. So we need a motion to accept the working draft of the strategic plan with
yeah.
room for tweaking.
Yeah, for implementation in January.
Okay. Paul motions. Okay. Okay.
Hang on, just give me 1 second, please. Work in motion.
Yeah.
It's not raining.
Got it. Ready? So all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I didn't count how many said, but it's okay. The other bit.
Yep. The other bit is we are looking to raise dues this year for the first time in 13 years. We're not raising all dues. It's just for individual members and institutional, I think. And was it going to be a tiered? I think it's in the package, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you refer to the package there, they're the things we're proposing. But one of the things we are looking to do within the strategic plan is actually to review this on a biannual basis rather than once every 13 years, because our costs are going up, our members are going up, and so therefore we need to look at our financial model. So as a starting point, we've reviewed this year and we've proposed this. It's quite a modest increase, I think, as well, in those two categories, or three.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I have what the increase is.
$10 for a regular increase, 55, and it's an increase of 25 for corporate to 375.
Could you repeat that to the mic?
So it's $10 for increase for an individual, so going up to $55, and
25 for the corporate increase to 375.
and a $25 increase for the corporate, going up to $375. And I think we discussed the other day that there'd be a tiered
For for institution.
increase for institutional, depending on how many people are within that institution, sort of. So that will be in the package
Right,
coming
right.
up.
So not affecting student rate, not affecting retired or any of that stuff, affecting mostly corporate and institution rates. And, you know, regular folk too, but not. You got them? Come on.
So we discussed in the committee business meeting
Council?
the other day. Institutional rates, so for groups 1 to 4 individuals will be $85, 5 to 10 individuals, $135, and any more than 10, so 11 plus would be $300. That was I think,
Yeah.
what we had.
Yep, cool. So we need a motion to accept the dues increases. Cindy, need a second? Irene? Typing.
I'm good, I'm not that good.
All right. All in favor? All right. Opposed? Okay. Motion carries. And I, of course, somehow closed out of my agenda. All right. I think, where are we? Do we have are we at the end?
We're at the end, we're at the end.
We are at the end of the agenda. I did mention the incoming people. Yep, yep. And the outgoers.
No one wants to contribute anything?
Any thoughts, comments, anecdotes, knock-knock jokes? Just want coffee? Do I ceremonially give this to myself? Oh.
This is an entomology joke.
Oh,
Why was the little ant confused?
I don't know.
Because all of his uncles were ants.
Oh, no, right, no.
Nice one.
All right. All right, can I have my hammer now? Motion to adjourn, anyone? Laura, and then seconded by Paul.
Which Laura?
Not Laura.
There's many Lauras.
Award winner.
Award winner.
All right. It says, employ gavel vigorously. All right. Thanks, guys. See you in Kansas.